Hey everyone, it's Agnach here and welcome to another video. On today's video I'll be showing the 4th and 5th wars the boys at Militia had in their CWL. There are lots of very good attacks in this one, but before we head into the video, if you like this type of content, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. After winning the first war, we ended up losing the second and third war. However, we were able to turn it around and we won the 4th round 35-32, and the 5th match we won it 37-32. Let's have a look at the 4th war first. In this war we had 5 triples to their 3 triples and an 87.3 destruction percentage. These were the bases we tripled, some common and some not so much. We mainly used hybrid, Yeti Smash, and we had 2 really nice Yeti bow bats. Showing bats can be used at Tank Hall 13 as well. Okay, so here we go with the first attack is Cooper coming in with the hybrid and a super wall breaker with 3 rages. So he brings the queen from the north. She's gonna be going into the town hall, so he uses the super wall breaker to go in, gets rid of the CC, which is the lava, and the witch. Now brings the blim to get rid of that single inferno compartment with a couple of yetis. That's gonna keep the queen going towards the center and going towards the enemy royal champ. Now he puts the king on the western side to be able to create that funnel so that the hybrid goes straight into the Wiz tower and the single inferno. The queen is going to be able to keep going into the base, going towards the enemy king and the enemy queen. Now she's on the king, uses the ability, the hybrid is still going around, uses the freeze to freeze the eagle and the scatter shot to try to stop the scatter from killing his entire army. He's got the miners trimming the outside edges. The queen is still alive with full health and the healers behind her, and that is just cleanup. Really nicely done. Very quick attack by Coop. Now we've got Cat here coming in with the Yetis. So she also brings a Valk in this army, so uses the Warden to start walking at around 4 o'clock. King at 6 to trim that edge as well, and brings the Yeti straight in, puts the jump. Everyone is going into that town hall. Puts the siege barracks down as well, and they're getting rid of that single inferno at 6:30. Puts the last jump there in the middle to connect the eagle and both scatter shot compartments. Hawks come out of the siege barracks. The royal champ is going behind the hawks, puts the heel down. There's the enemy queen. Royal champ ends up going down to the enemy queen, but she still has her queen, which is getting rid of the last remaining heroes and the last remaining defenses. Now there's just that warden statue at the top. He still has his warden with almost full health. A couple Teslas now with 2 archers there. The queen has regained her health. The healers are now on the queen, so she can get rid of all of these defenses, and now it's just the time. As you see, this attack did last 3 minutes, so it was pretty tight on time, but very well done to Cat. Now we've got Druce coming in with the first Yeti Bobat. So puts the warden around the 230 area and the royal champ on the opposite side to trim some defenses. I'm guessing he used a super wall breaker at the north, so I'm guessing he's going to be bringing his entire army from the north down towards the town hall. So here they come, they pull the warden, puts a couple of boulders just to trim those edges, puts the siege barracks at 9 o'clock, I'm guessing to get rid of all of those garbage outside buildings. Uses the rage to just power through the town hall without having a jump, which is well, they managed to go all the way straight through. Now the expos are on the Yetis, but they were all ground expos. Now he puts his bats from the 3 o'clock area, freezes the first Wiz and eagle, the other Whiz tower is being tanked by that Yeti, and now he doesn't have any more splash damage left, but the Queen gets rid of all of his bats. So now he's just has those 3 heroes to deal with and a single Inferno. That's a fair bit of stuff, but he still had that last freeze, so he manages to freeze the heroes and the single Inferno, and then just power through with his own King and Queen. That's a 3-star. Now we've got Joel coming here with a hybrid. So he uses the Loon Baby Drag, puts the Queen at 9 o'clock, just start trimming through some defenses. He doesn't have any wall breakers, so I'm guessing he's gonna make her walk around. She can't reach the town hall from there, but she's gonna keep going in through that channel. The CC is gonna come out. It's a lava and an ice golem. Puts the poison down. Now the King and the siege barracks on the other side, so he's going to be sending his hybrid straight into the town hall as his Queen starts moving up. The single Inferno was locking onto his Queen. Now the hybrid comes in, gets rid of the town hall, uses the warden ability. The Queen went down to that single Inferno, uses the freeze for the scatter shot, maybe a little bit too early. The scatter shot, double scatter shot hitting his hybrid, but he has that extra rage that he can use with his hybrid to just get rid of that high damage area. Sometimes you can use the warden ability there. It depends whether your troops were gonna go down with a Giga Blast or not. But if you're doing hybrid and you're not going towards the town hall, one of the good things when to use the warden ability I've noticed is whenever they're going towards the scatter shot. That's the most damage that your hybrid can get. That and the eagle. So well done by Joel. Now we've got Trento with the Yeti Bobat. So on this one he starts his warden walk from the 10:30 area. So basically what he's trying to do is he's gonna try trimming the 10:30 and the 2:30 area with his King. And then he's gonna bring his whole Yeti bowlers. He uses his super wall breaker to come all the way from the north into the eagle. He then is gonna be sending his blimp towards the town hall. Here he comes, uses the warden ability for all of them, puts the jump there for his main army to keep going straight into the middle. Now that the left scatter shot is being tanked, he puts his bats there, the Royal Champ to tank that Whiz Tower that was in the west. Now for the Whiz Tower that is on the east, he still has that Ice Golem who he puts perfectly. The Whiz Tower goes down, uses the Aussie ability, and he's got plenty of bats left. Really nice Yeti Bobat on this base. So that was the 4th war. In the 5th war we faced Hop in the Gank. We had 7 amazing triples and a 91.4% average destruction. These were the bases tripled, some very interesting looking ones. Armies used were Hybrid, Yeti Kill Squad with Mass Hogs, and a couple of really cool Sui heroes with Lalo. Okay, so first we've got Trento here coming in with the hybrid. He also has 2 super wall breakers and the blimp. So he sends the blimp from the north to go into that single compartment area and create a bit of a funnel for his Queen. He's gonna bring her pretty soon. There she is with her healers, and the CC has been drawn by the blimp, so now she can take care of that lava and the Ice Golem. The baby drag is just there finishing her funnel. I think he's gonna want her to go into the middle of the base. So puts a rage there. The Queen was pretty low on health. Puts the King to finish that funnel for the Queen. The King is now moving to 9 o'clock. Puts a super wall breaker in. The Queen can go into that multi-inferno and get rid of that whole compartment. Now that the defenses were gone, he puts the next super wall breaker, opens the next layer of walls for the queen to go into the center. Now she gets rid of the eagle, the hybrid comes in, the hybrid is going straight into that scatter shot first, puts the heel down so that they heal back up, and then they're going into the town hall, puts the priest in the town hall and the enemy queen. Wooden ability so that the town hall goes down, it goes down, the queen gets killed, and our queen is still alive. There's just that single inferno left and the scatter, which the Aussie gets rid of. The miners and the Aussie are coming in, uses the queen ability so that the single inferno doesn't kill her. It kills the Aussie, but there's too much army left for that single inferno to survive. And this is a nice triple by Trento. Now we've got Joel coming in with a hybrid again, so puts the king at 3 o'clock and the queen just to the left. That puts the giant and a couple of wizards so that the queen goes back inside, puts the super wall breaker towards the single inferno. Okay, so he wants the queen to go into that compartment, I believe. Gets rid of the single inferno, gets rid of the scatter shot. Now the CC comes out, the king is still doing the funnel, so he's going to be able to bring his hybrid straight into the town hall. Siege barracks there and brings the hybrids, followed by the warden, then the hogs. The queen got rid of the enemy queen, and she's going to be able to get rid of the enemy RC once she goes through the wall. The hybrid is still going strong. The hogs from the siege barracks come out, they're coming in. There's just that scatter shot which he missed with the freeze. Scattershot got rid of all the hogs. Now the miners are still alive, so he's got the miners left, the P.E.K.K.A. and the warden. Scattershot goes down, he still has that enemy king to deal with. The P.E.K.K.A. and the miners are gonna deal with him pretty quickly. The miners continue with the rest of the defenses. The Expo is the last defense, and the Archer Tower. And this is another triple with the hybrid by Joel. So now we've got Armor Rage Quit coming in with the Yeti Kill Squad and then Mass Hogs. So puts the Here's Andrew South to get rid of that CC, the Super Wall Breaker in. So he's gonna send his Kill Squad into the Town Hall, or at least that's the plan. Puts the Rage in, freezes the both scatter shots so that the Yetis and the Yetis can get rid of the town hall. Now he brings his hogs, and there's that little L shape that they're going to be moving around. Puts the freeze in the first scatter shot, brings the slammer from the north just to make sure the hogs stay within the center. The hog is there, sorry, the heel is there for that scatter shot as well. And the scatter is stuck on the warning, which is good for the hogs. And there's not much defense left. He does have those two expos to deal with, but he still has around 5 hogs that can deal with it. And now it's just clean up against chocolate. Okay, the next attack is, so we've got Kiki. So this base, we've got 2 similar bases. However, the next base is also similar to this one, but the scatter shots are in a different position. That one, Yoda is coming in with a different army. For this one, Kiki is coming in with his Queen Charge and a hybrid. She comes in, he's going to be using his queen to get rid of that scatter shot, the CC, and then hopefully get rid of the town hall. So the CC goes down, puts the rage in so that the queen doesn't die. Now she's getting rid of the town hall, puts the siege barracks around the 2 o'clock area just to trim it, and then he brings his hybrid in between the queen and the siege barracks to get rid of those defenses and that entire eastern compartment. The queen manages to go through a wall and gets rid of the second scatter shot, which is really good. The hybrid is still coming in. Now have a look at that western Tesla farm. This will show you not to put the Teslas together. See how many loons he's got in his army? He's got 1. So have a look what happens with that 1 copper loon. There we go. It gets rid of 4 Teslas. That's why you never put Teslas together. Now he uses his free for those skellies. The base is crushed. It was really nicely done. So now let's have a look at what Yoda did in a similar base to that. He's coming in with the Sui heroes with Lalo. I'm amazed at the value that these Sui heroes had, so just have a look. Puts a couple of loons and the baby drag, puts the wall breaker. King and Queen go in with the Ice Golem. The Ice Golem is going to be freezing all of those defenses there, which is going to give the King and the Queen a little bit more time. Puts another Ice Golem on the other side with the Aussie, which is also going to give her a bit of time. So a couple of Ice Golems and the heroes, and he manages to get rid of that entire eastern compartment. The post scatter shots, the eagle, everything is done. Now he starts with his Lalo straight into the town hall. And the blimp with the warden ability goes all the way to the middle where the town hall is. However, it does find a tornado trap, but it still manages to get there. The Giga Blast damages some of the loons, but he still has plenty of loons. The dragon ended up killing the enemy Aussie, and that's all done. Swagging spells on this one. Really nice Sui heroes on this attack. Okay, so now we've got Koopa coming in with his famous hybrid. So the Queen on the 9 o'clock. Baby drag funneling her in so that she remains there. Puts a giant there just to pull out the CC. CC goes towards the Queen. She gets rid of it. Lava and a baby drag. Now puts the siege barracks down with the King. So the Queen is going to be taking care of all the defenses up north. The hybrid is going to take care of all the stuff in the middle, and the King is going to be on the right hand side. And the scatter shots are were being tanked by the King. Now the hybrid goes straight through, gets rid of the town hall, keeps going through, and now they can turn left, so it's got a nice little L shape for the hybrid. There's still some hogs alive, and a few miners just getting rid of the defenses. And garbage around the base, and this base is crushed with hybrid. This is also one of those popular internet bases. Now we've got TK coming in with the Sui Heroes Lava Loon. So he brings his King and Queen with a couple of wall breakers, go all the way through into the single compartment. Now he puts a couple of Electro Dragons, the Electro Dragon with the clone up north, gets rid of that entire northern compartment. Queen gets rid of a second single Inferno. The King was about to get rid of that Eagle, but he couldn't. Now the Aussie is coming with the Lava Loon. The Queen is still alive. Bird Sweep is facing north, so he's not going to be pushing his Lava Loon at all. He uses the Warden ability, saves all of the loons. And now the last scatter shot goes down, the Teslas go down. And there's only one archer tower left, and he's got a whole balloon parade left for this one. So now it's just clean up. The Queen from the Sui Heroes still alive. Well, that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed those attacks. If you did, click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I'll be bringing the conclusion of Resistance and Aussie militia CWLs in the next couple of videos, so stay tuned for that. Come and see in which position we finish in Champs 1. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time with more great attacks. See ya.